happened during the landing of 1944. My source was BBC News. It was the 75th anniversary of D-Day landing last year.
Okay.
What is this article about? It was the largest naval invasion by the Allies, and it was kicking the occupation of West Europe. When did this take place? June 5th to the 6th in 1944. Where did it take place? North France. How is this important? It was a two-front war for Germany during World War II.
Devin, you had me last year, right?
You know what?
Current events. Current.
Yeah, but I don't know, but it has to be history, doesn't it?
Something in modern news today. So something that happened just in the past
you said
week.
History.
But when you said that it was the 75th anniversary,
I was like, okay, yeah. But June 6th, I mean, that was still a little bit ago. I mean, something in the last week that we're looking for.
Current.
Okay, current events, yes. It says in the name. Devin, you had me last
history.
year.
This is going to be difficult.
What?
You said history. You have to be in a current event history.
No, related.
Related, so we can relate it to the topics that we're going over now. So something with politics. Was there a new event that happened just recently? Was there something that occurred that you want to talk about? Maybe the wildfires in North California. Okay, maybe there's two hurricanes that almost collided together down towards the Gulf Coast. There's a lot of events. I just came up with two at the top of my head. Just happened recently. All right, Devin. Oh my gosh, I don't know what to say. All right, guys, remember, current events, something that just happened.
That was
right?
good.
I liked it.
Current.
I liked it. Yeah, it just felt like the 72 flood, right? Oh, that is had me laugh. Oh, Lydia, you're in the class, right? All right, Alex, go ahead, man.
All right, the title of my article was "The Strongest Spot the Biggest Strange Black Hole Collision Found," and the source was from National Geographic. It's about black holes in space. On the early morning of May 21st, which
Recent.
Earth felt a tremble from what scientists found out was a black hole collision. Two massive black holes that caused them to unite and form a black hole 42 times more massive than our sun and send gravitational waves all the way to Earth. And it took place May 21st, and deep space. And it's important because it was the biggest cosmic collision ever detected in a region.
Holy moly. Can you imagine that? Jeez, how far away was this? This had to be far away. That's crazy. Oh my gosh, that's crazy. Well, that's a good event right there. I like that. That was good. Devin, yours is good too. Just get it current, okay? Not a big deal though, right?
You do it.
Okay, all right. Okay, so next Friday we have, here we go. Alex, good work, Devin, good work. We'll do woodwork. And Sarah. Yeah, there's no H at the end of your name, right? There is? Okay. There's a Sarah I have that doesn't have an H. I'm like, I don't know. Okay. I have like three Sarahs. Okay, here we go. So next Friday, you guys know what to do? You're good? Okay, next Friday. Okay, bell ringer for today. So this is the last one of the week. We should have 5 of them, right? I think so. I know, right? Yeah, this is another grade helping you guys out. Yeah, we can do it. You can use it as a study tool. We'll pull these up here. Okay, bell ringer. Go. Okay, so describe how a parliamentary democracy works. There you go. Simple today. And then we'll go over the graphic organizer. I want to go over theocracies and dictatorship. Okay, and then I have a project for you. So I know you saw the alert, the announcement today Obviously, we didn't have a presentation for today, but next Friday we'll have one. Okay, it's going to be on current. I'll even accept previous dictators. So if you want to do a dictator in the past, you can. So we can do that. We can do that. No big deal. Gavin brought that up the first day of Discovery. Did he tell you? Yeah. He goes, oh.
He's the 72 front.
Yeah. That was a funny day.
Oh my God.
Lydia still's laughing about it. Oh. Tell you what, these presentations are a lot tougher to do when they're at home. I had some students do a really, really good job. They made a video of it on YouTube, and they're present. It was really good. Some I didn't even get yet, but others I was like, oh, I'm really impressed. Okay, so
And test or more.
test, yeah. Yep, I think I got something figured out though for it. We'll see.
Oh, would you use that QR?
Yeah, I'm trying to think yet. See, I like that. Yeah.
And
if they
but
did,
he has to turn it off for his test. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
Just,
yeah. What do you do?
I know. But I see.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
It's
for sure.
summer.
Yeah.
But
I mean,
how do you do it?
I know.
Like,
Yeah, I don't know. That's why I'm just kind of up in the air about it yet too. Yeah. All right, we need more time. We good? Okay, so describe how parliamentary democracy works. What do we have here? Who would like to share their answer? Parliamentary democracy. Austin, go ahead.
People choose representatives at regular elections. People elect parliament, then the parliament makes the laws and decisions for the government. People elect the president.
Okay, all right. So with parliament, do they have, you know how we have three branches of government, right? We have a legislative branch, we have an executive, we have judicial. So how does all those decisions solve within a parliamentary democracy? What do we think? What do we think? All sounds good. I like that. That was really good. Sarah, you know?
Laws can get passed quicker because instead of three branches that have to like check each other over, it's just one.
Yeah, good job. Good job. So with parliamentary democracy, we can say that laws, legislation can get passed a lot quicker because there's really no conflict with political parties as much within a parliamentary democracy. Okay. So with a presidential democracy, what we have, we all know it's really tough to pass laws, pass different types of legislation because there's two different political parties always arguing down to the nail, pretty much down to the bone, just over some issues and disputes, and sometimes it doesn't even make sense, but they constantly argue. Parliamentary democracy a little bit different because they can pass these rules, these laws a lot quicker. Good job. All right. All right. Okay, what else? What else with a parliamentary democracy? I kind of said about the parties, right? Is there usually anyway with parliamentary democracy, does one party usually dominate politics and decision making, or is there two like the United States has, where Congress could be separated depending on the House of Representatives and the Senate, and even the executive? They all could be from different parties, right? How is it with a parliamentary democracy? Woodward, do you know? You know? Okay, that's okay. Holden? You're lost. Oh, no. Okay. Lydia? I don't know. Anyway, help me out. Sarah?
Usually just dominated by
Yeah, it's usually dominated by one party. Okay, that's how they can pass these laws, these legislation faster. Okay, even decisions with with judicial reasoning, it's a lot faster and quicker to make decisions because there's only really one party that's dominant and makes these decisions. There's no, I guess you could say, there's no conflict of interests with this party in a parliamentary democracy. It's usually just dominated by one party. All right, good job. All right. Is there any questions on a parliamentary democracy? I know it's a little bit different than a presidential, but for the most part, okay, you don't have the conflicts with two-party systems like the United States has in a presidential. It's a lot quicker. It's a lot easier to pass legislation because most of the time, Parliament's dominated by one party. Okay, they can pass laws, legislation a lot quicker. If there's ever an issue with wartime, they can get to a decision a lot faster and quicker, making things a lot easier for the economy. But for the most part, there's no controversies, right? There's no conflict. In many ways, it kind of doesn't represent the people as a whole because, the decisions are made by this group, this parliament, rather than the people choosing and having more of a say in government. They still have a say, but it's more representative vote, if that makes sense. Okay. All right, good. Good. All right, so let's go over this graphic organizer from yesterday. Well, I'm going to come around and check these bell ringers first. And then students at home, please submit that by today. If I don't get them today, sorry, I'm not going to accept them next week. All right, so please submit those to me today. So email them to me. That would be the best bet. Okay, so I'll come around and check these, make sure that everybody has them. Okay, try to fill out a little bit more though, okay? So, understand. Good job, Lydia.
What?
Forgot the color that you want to include. Good. Oh. So the same one from American History. You gotta have to let me know how many stripers you catch. It's gonna be pretty cool. So Neil, how you doing?
Oh, I'm great.
Any plans for the weekend?
No, I have my bell ring
Yeah.
finished actually.
Good job,
Probably more than you have.
yeah, definitely. That's for sure. Definitely. All right, good.
No, I don't have any plans.
No.
I'm just excited to have nothing to do.
Yeah, just hang out, right? Just hang out. Okay, guys, so let's go over this real quick. Okay, this graphic organizer from yesterday. Yeah, let's discuss this and go over it. Remember, your citizenship test. There you go. Citizenship test is due today. If you don't have it turned in, I'm sorry. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm going to try to follow the due dates as much as possible,
That's easy point.
especially because the remote learners, I want to try to make sure that everything's turned in on time. Right, so if you don't turn it in, there's nothing I can really do. Okay, so I think I have it due for the start of class, right? Or was it to the end of class? I think it might have been to the end. Was it start? Okay. All right, so let's go over this real quick. This shouldn't take too long here. So Parliament, I'll just put R and Pres. And then the shared's in the middle, we know that. So parliamentary democracy. What do we have here for the differences? So one, it's Parliament, right? So it's a little bit different than the Congress that we have set up. Okay. So we have Parliament making all the decisions, pretty much. So presidential democracy, how's it different than a Parliament? Okay, how's it different? How's it different? So I guess we could say we have Congress, right? So we could break that up into House of Representatives. Okay. So House of Rep. And we have the Senate. What else? How do we have a separation of powers in a presidential democracy? Go ahead, Lydia. Yeah, so we have multiple party system within the House of Representatives and Senate. Okay, good. But how else? How is the power separated amongst government? Yeah, good job. Good job. So we have the branches of government. The branches. Judicial, I'll just put a J, L, and then an E, and the executive. Okay, good job. Good job. All right. What else can we add to that? So legislative, we already know. Okay, legislative creates the laws. Judicial, what's judicial do again? What's judicial? What does that do? What does that do? It says right up here. What does it do? Sarah?
It like go to court and such, it kind of defends the law and applies.
Yeah, good job. So I guess we just put the courts here, right? So decides and interprets the laws, right? There you go. And then the executive, we know that as Woodward. Yeah, enforces it, okay? Executive is the president. Good. Good job. What else can we include here for presidential democracy? Is it more balanced or less balanced than a parliamentary democracy, like with the power of these political parties that you mentioned? I think it's more or less balanced. Yeah, it's more balanced. Yeah. More balanced. Okay, good. So that gives the opportunity to have whatever political party may have control in different houses or an executive. It's interchangeable. We have term limits, right? Okay, so every 4 years we can have a different president. Okay, every so often we have a different governor, depending on what type of political party he's from. Okay, with a parliamentary democracy, it's a little tougher to do, right? It's a little tougher to do. Okay, they can be pretty much in there as long as they want, or different parliament members try to vote him out. Okay.
I'm telling you, and I'm getting old. I get it.
Yeah.
But when you see some of those judges, like they need to put a term on.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, they look like dinosaurs, and I'm not. But it's just
Yeah.
like there's a bunch of things, but not just because of how they look, but can they be up with them? Like,
Up the times. Yeah.
I mean, maybe, but
Yeah.
man, it's.
I know what you mean.
No.
It's like representing the body a little bit different. I mean, with representing people, the population. Okay. More and more younger people are coming around, right?
Mhm.
Obviously, so they want to have someone that tries to represent them a little
Well,
bit
and to
more.
be more progressive.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
I'm not saying that they are not upholding the law. Like, they may be.
Yeah,
I just feel like
just more advancements.
it's just way too,
Yeah,
you know.
I got you. Yeah, totally
I
get
don't
that.
know. Like,
No, I totally
I
agree.
love to hear sometimes what they think because of the difference. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
But I just can't.
No, I
wrap
totally.
my head around it.
Yeah, yeah, I agree. I agree. Okay, so what else can we put for parliamentary democracy? So who decides on legislation, laws, so on and so forth? Who's the executive branch? Who is more focused with deciding or interpreting the law? Where's all those powers? Where does that go to? Who does it go to? Austin? For parliamentary? Who's it go to? Yeah, Parliament, right? Parliament. Okay. So I guess you could say these branches of government that we just labeled are involved with the parliamentary democracy. Okay, Parliament decides all those decisions, right? They go through all these decisions here. They go through the court system through Parliament. They create laws through Parliament, right? Okay, a lot of the deciding factors goes through Parliament, these representatives. Okay, good job. Anything else we can put? Oh, I put it backwards on here. I apologize. What else? Anything else we can include for parliamentary democracy? Okay, yeah, good job. Good job. Decides who prime minister is. I'll just put PM, decides prime minister. Okay, good. So that's a very representative body. Okay, that group of people decide who that prime minister will be. Try to lead parliament. Okay, lead the country on these decision making of maybe wartime, something like that. So who decides the president in a presidential democracy? The people, right? And we have also electoral college, right? Okay, good job. So people, I'll just put electoral college. Decide president. Good job. Okay. So Parliament.
So do the people actually, or does the electoral college?
So it's like a representative vote for how many people are in that state. So electoral college, if more people swing towards Republican, then they'll earn the points depending on the population. Okay, that representative body, and then that's how many points they'll get for, let's say, with Donald Trump last presidential election, to get that swing state, Pennsylvania and Florida, he received, those are bigger states. Okay, so once he received more votes in the popular vote, which were the people, that means he'll get more of those electoral college votes, that representative vote. I think it's 29 for PA. It's in the high 20s. And same with Florida. I think Florida's like 30, 32. Okay, I'm not sure off the top of my head.
Right.
But if he gains more popular vote in that state goes strictly towards Republican or Democrat. But in that instance, it went Republican. So, yeah. Mostly California is always Democratic. That's the biggest one. I think that's 50, right? 54? I'm not sure off the top of my head, but that's a really big one. So electoral college, a lot of people have gripes with it just because it's not everybody's vote. They're just kind of categorizing us into like the majority, I guess, which it is what it is, but I think it's kind of a good way to go about it. Yeah. All right, good. Anything else we could put up? Sarah, is there anything else we could maybe put up for parliamentary democracy? Oh, yeah, we talked about that. Good job. Dominated by one political party. Good. Anything else, Holden?
We can delay like voting times. Back.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. I'll just put delay voting. So the pros and cons, I guess you could say, for parliamentary democracy is that they can pass laws a lot quicker, they can decide on things quicker, but for the most part, does it represent the people all the time? No. So the decision making is made by this group of people, this parliament, rather than the people itself. So in many cases, people are saying, you know what, our parliament, over time, just kind of it's not following what we want to do. Okay, it's not really reasoning with the people as much. There's not much they can really do. I mean, yeah, they can maybe vote some of them out, but it's going to be really hard to do. But there's pros and cons to it, right? There's pros and cons to it. Pros and cons to presidential, like I mentioned before, it's hard to. It's really hard to pass laws and legislation because of the different thinking between the political parties. What about similarities here? What about similarities? I think we're pretty good on differences for the most part. What are some similarities? Hannah, you have anything?
I think they both use political parties.
Okay, yeah, good job. So political parties, right? Okay. What else? What else can we put here? Go ahead, Sarah.
People elect officials to make decisions.
Yeah, good job. So we can say it's like a representative democracy, right? Okay. So rep democracy. Good. What else can we say? What else? I can say there's a form of checks and balances, right? Okay, checks and balances. Good. What else can we put? Lydia?
I said some form of constitution government.
Awesome. Yeah, good job. So there is definitely a set written rule of laws within these. There's a set constitution. Good. So that government can't infringe on these rights of the people. Good. I like that. What else? There's usually a figurehead, right? An executive. Okay, so we have a prime minister and a parliament. Okay, in presidential democracy, we have a president. In many cases, the parliamentary democracy, we have even a monarch, right? Okay, so you could say there's an executive. There's an executive. Because you say executive figurehead, right? Okay. All right, I think that's pretty good for now. What do you think? Is there anything else I'm missing? I mean, there's probably more that I probably could add, but for right now, I think that's pretty good. I think that's pretty good. Make sure you know the basic differences and similarities. I might on a test just say, what's two differences and two similarities between the two types of government here? That's it. Okay, that's it. So we listed a lot of them here, so that should really help you out when it gets to the test or the quiz. All right, moving on. Moving on. Today, I just want to talk over theocracies and dictatorship. That's it. Last one. And I want to sign the project for you. Before we move on, let's see if we have. Okay, good. We're good. Okay, theocracy. Theocracy. So again, just write notes in your book if you want. Notebook. If you want to put on a notes app, that's fine. Google Doc, whatever you learn the best on. Theocracy is a government by a god or priest. Okay. So theocracies, obviously, we know lasted throughout the time. Okay, beginning of time. This was a way of governing the people. Does anybody know of any examples of a theocracy? So ran by religion. Go ahead, Alex. What's that? Yeah, good job. So the Holy Roman Empire for many, many years controlled everything almost in Europe, and at the time they believed the whole world. Okay, the Holy Roman Empire really controlled a lot of these assets. Everybody did things for the Pope, right? For religion, for God. Even expanding to new worlds, imperializing other areas, extracting resources for these said countries. What's up, Hannah? Oh, do you? Okay. All right, we'll see you later. Do you need a pass? Are you good? Okay. Yeah, good job. So the Holy Roman Empire. That's awesome. That's a good example. What else? What else? Maybe think of. What else? Maybe places in the Middle East, right? So I know Afghanistan, okay. Iran even. These two countries' beliefs are off of theocracy. Okay, a lot of it goes along with the form of the Bible. Okay, the Quran. You guys ever hear that? Okay. Native American tribes. Native American tribes back in the day also believed in religious means and gods and different beliefs that this religious overarching figure controls their society. Greece mythology. Okay, same thing. They believe that these gods control their society and help benefit them and push them in the right direction. Even in personality traits, characteristics of people. You know, if they did something wrong, it's like, oh, well, maybe Hades was controlling them to do that. I don't know. We're talking about that in psychology a little Okay, so that's all a theocracy really is. Okay, it's pretty much just controlling. Governing body is the belief of this religious means, these religious beliefs and standards, regulations. Okay, the United States, we'll see, a lot of it's based off religion. Okay, a lot of these laws, legislation, acts push off of religion. Okay, and how it can maybe see a just utopia for the people. Manifest destiny, claiming this land. A lot of it was imperialistic efforts. The United States just want to be a little greedy, but with manifest destiny, God's telling you to take this over. Take this for the United States. We need the resources. We need the land. Okay, so using religion in people's lives to take larger portions of land. Okay, and trying to persuade them to do these things. The temperance movement, we talked about that in history too, just not too long ago. Temperance movement, try to bring back these fundamentalist traditional values to the American culture, the households. So that men wouldn't just go to the bars and drink up all day. They'd come back and spend their money at home, provide for the family. They're using these religious, traditional, fundamentalist values in the household to try to benefit society. Okay, does that make sense, guys? It's not to the point of the United States theocracy. I'm just saying that there's different religious means interwoven in politics to try to benefit society. Okay? Now, those are just little small examples of it. All right, and finally, dictatorship, guys. Dictatorship. Form of government which absolute power is concentrated in a dictator. Much like an absolute monarchy, right? The dictator controls everything. Some pros of dictatorship is that they can do whatever they want. They can pass laws, legislation, executive orders very quick, fast. There's no opposition. Compared to a presidential democracy, it takes years to pass a form of legislation. They may be deciding on to benefit the economy in a time of need. Stimulus checks, right? Dictatorship, they could pass it really quick. But for the most part, these dictators don't do that. Right? Many times they try to hold obedience of the people in fear, using the military. Okay? All the powers are granted to this dictator. Usually in a dictatorship, there's no constitution, there's no written set of laws, okay? There's no natural rights for people. It's all given to the dictator. He can do whatever he wants, whatever he pleases. That's why you don't really see too many of them around today. Still around today, but not too much. Not too much. Well, everybody knows Kim Jong-un, right? Okay, dictator of North Korea. Dave Skylark, his best friend, right? From the interview. I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. Him and Seth Rogen. Yeah. All right, so for the Dictators Project, I want to introduce this to you. It shouldn't take you too long to do. I'll push out the rubric for it here in just a moment. But you can do dictators in current history right now, okay, and today. Or if you want to, you can do dictators in the past. I only did current dictators for many of my classes, but they're very limited. Okay, there's not too many of them. But I want to try to open it up to even the past. So if you want to do like Adolf Hitler, if you want to do Benito Mussolini, if you want to do Stalin, okay, that's fine. But I want to try to open it up to current dictators as well. So if you want to do Kim Jong-un and many more, many more. So here are some current dictators that you can maybe look up and maybe find interesting. So if you want to take a picture of it, that's fine, or write them down. You can do that. You can do that. And you can decide in the past who would you like to use. This might be a little old, but for the most part, this is current. Okay, this is current. So I'll go around the room. You can work with a partner if you like. So those of you at home, you can use Google Slides. That's okay to connect with a friend and work on this presentation. But if you want to, you can work with a partner in the room. That's fine. If you want to, you can just work by yourself. Okay, but I'd like you to choose a current dictator. Here's a list of some current ones. If you want to look into the past, you can just use your iPad, look up some of these past dictators that you find are interesting and want to do a project on. So I'm going to post a rubric here for you right now. I'll leave this up for now. So let me post this for you. Classwork. Assignment. Creative project. Let me add this on here for you. You can all see it. Should have posted during the class. I apologize. My drive. Freedom. One. Oh, dictators. There we go. How about we make it 24 points? That's pretty good. That's really good, actually. Chapter 1. We'll make it due the 11th. Oh boy, that's not a great day for it, but it is what it is.
What?
5th period, 11:41. Need to start a class. I'll sign it now. Okay, just posted it. We'll go through it together real quick. So like I said, if you want to, you can do a dictator in the past. That's fine. Oh, I have 100 there. It should be 24. I apologize. 24 points. 24 points. So slide 1, establishing background. Dictator's name, country, photo of the dictator, country flag, and location of the country on a map. Okay, showing us where they were or where they are now. Slide 2, the dictator's motives for seeking power and methods of maintaining power. So with World War II, just Adolf Hitler, using the SS, the SA, the Gestapo, okay, for his power and control of the people, and different forms of propaganda. Okay, include that. Maybe some examples. That'd be great. How he connected the people, how he built on desires for the people. All right, you kind of know where I'm getting at. Slide 3. 3 rights that the people living in that country are denied because of their leader. And we all know most of it with preventing different types of cultures coming into Germany at that time, strict language, religion, so on and so forth. 4, interesting facts. Okay, interesting facts about this leader, okay, or the country during the time period. Slide 5, correct citations for all sites. You can use MLA, that's fine. MLA, all right. I was gonna make you do Turabian or Chicago style, but hey, we'll just do MLA. What we're known, what you guys know. All right. And here's some links to help you out if you ever need some help with finding some information. But you can use whatever source really, as long as it's a reliable source. So I'm going to go around the room here. You can get to choose what dictator you want. Remember, this is due at the start of class on Friday, okay? For those of you at home, I posted an announcement on the page today of what to really do, okay? Oh, not yet, not yet. Ah, Devin. It's like, oh, current event. Yep, sit down here. Actually, is that it?
Yeah.
Oh, that is it. Okay. We'll see you guys later. Have a good one. Okay, remember Friday, I guess Tuesday we can go over some of these people here, whoever you want to choose.
And they start working on it.
Yeah. Yep. That's fine.
And maybe you've already done this, but